We think there might be a little issue, but don't be upset, don't be worried about it. We're going to call for an x-ray, and of course my heart broke. You never ever want to have anybody say anything's wrong with your child.
All of us as infants have separate islands of skull, and those islands are separated by gaps called sutures. Those sutures are supposed to close at a certain rate. And as the brain grows, it tries to make the skull grow. But if those bones are fused, then the brain can't grow the way it needs to.
By the time he was 3 months old, his forehead was already bulging because his brain just had nowhere to grow other than front to back.
He was obviously in pain because he cried all the time. He wouldn't sleep over an hour or two at a time.
We make a small incision in the front and a small incision in the back, and we can open up that gap, make a few other spaces in the skull to really free the skull and allow it to grow the way it needs to. As a surgeon, this is one of the less risky surgeries that I do. And as a parent, it's still terrifying. He's your baby.
It's still a scary feeling when they take your kid out of your arms and take him to surgery. But everything they told us happened perfectly.
I show them the child's imaging, discuss the surgery, make sure they really have a good understanding of what we're doing and why, so that by the time I take the child to the operating room, they're confident that I'll do everything possible to keep their child safe.
And as soon as he had that surgery, he is smiling. He is smiling, he's not crying. He was just a different baby. It's amazing, I can't say enough about how much that surgery changed his life.
Yay! Most babies with craniosynostosis who are treated early have no long-term problems.
Luke, you would not even know he had surgery. He's a typical 18-month-old boy, and we were concerned that he would be cognitively challenged because of this, but that is absolutely not so.
Luke he's 110%.
That's right.
Being able to actually have him and be his mom and have him throw his little arms around me and say, you know, Mama, it's just beautiful.